Hey guys, how you all doing? BionicleSaurus here. We are going to be doing a dinosaur model review for the first freaking time in forever. The last time I did one of these, it was the Carnegie Collection Dimetrodon, and that was 2013. So yes, finally, I figure as long as Dinosaur Island is going to be ending soon, I would imagine that these, figure reviews will probably be the main staple of types of videos to do after Dinosaur Island is over, so I figure, why not start now? So, to start off this Gen 2, Season 2, whatever you want to call it, of dinosaur model reviews, we are going to be doing the 2011 Carnegie Collection Carnotaurus, and I need to adjust my lighting a little. No, that's not good. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so this guy is a really nice figure. He has the usual scientific accuracy of all Carnegie figures. I always appreciate how much work they put into that to make sure their figures are accurate, unlike some companies. I don't know what that was. I have a terrible hack right now. Anyway, so he's a very nice figure. One thing about this guy that not everyone is going to like is that he is very large. Unlike most other Carnegie models and really most other dinosaur models in general, he is 130 scale instead of 140, so he is definitely going to be a bit oversized. Just to give you guys a little bit of a size reference as far as, comparisons go, here he is with the Allosaurus. As you can see, kind of a similar length. Here he is next to the tiny, ridiculously bad little old Carnegie Carnotauruses. And here he is, absolutely dwarfing the wild Safari Dinos Eutyrannus. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to take some close-up shots of this guy and look at his detail a little closer, but it's going to turn out terrible. I'm sure it looks pretty unfocused, and I'm sorry, this is as focused as this camera gets. It's terrible, and if I'm going to keep doing these, I really should probably get a new one, but oh well. So yeah, here is his head, as you can see. A lot of people are calling this blood. It's pretty obvious to me that it's coloration because it kind of fades in from darker red through orange into yellow and back into this beige-ish, that's really hard to say, this beige type color that's kind of the rest of his head. Really nice glossy paint on the eye, looks wet, natural. The inside of his mouth is pretty well painted. Let me move my light so you can actually see it. There we go. His teeth are actually the same color as the rest of his mouth, which is a little odd, and that is one bit of paint that I definitely don't like on this figure. His horns, I'm not sure. I like the black tips, but for the most part, they're kind of just the same color, and they kind of blend right into the rest of the head. They aren't very defined, and I feel like the paint is a little bit sloppy on those. As far as his torso is concerned, I am a huge fan of these colors. Safari Limited did a great job on this really cryptic black and orange patterning, and it looks really nice. Looks pretty colorful, but not too outlandish. Looks kind of a little bit sinister almost, so it kind of fits the stereotypic demon Carnotaurus, I guess. Yeah, it's just a really nice kind of color scheme. Has his tiny arms, because Carnotaurus had tiny-ass little arms, so, that's good. So, this patterning just continues to run down pretty much all the tail, and then the very tip of the tail is completely black. Well, mine isn't quite, because, I don't know if it's just the way they painted it, or if it's actually somehow gotten scuffed up, but there are some little bits of brown in there, and it's pretty nice looking. One of the absolutely most awesome features on this model is the fact that it actually has a cloaca. That just makes me so happy to see that. You really don't see this a lot on many Carnegie models, so very nice detail. Props to Safari Limited for actually incorporating a cloaca, because that's great. So on the underside, there's a bunch of text that you guys clearly can't read. All it says is Carnegie Carnotaurus, 2010, Safari Limited, Miami, Florida, USA, made in China, weird symbol, weird symbol. So, as far as scientific accuracy is concerned, he is in a tripod pose, which is definitely a little bit of a con to me, but it is Carnegie, so what do you really expect? Did you really think he was gonna look like this? I mean, well, I didn't when they first said that they were making a new Carnotaurus in 2011, but hey, it's not too bad. And I can certainly get over that. I mean, just because it's Carnegie. If it was any other company, I'd give them a good scolding, but at this rate, I don't think anything's gonna make Carnegie make more figures like the glorious Albertosaurus and the Sinraptor. Oh, I love those. Getting back to the head, the antorbital fenestra, which is the big hole in the skull right in front of the eye that everyone always thinks is the eye. All the laymen's always say, oh, he has a huge eye. No, so the antorbital fenestra, it's rather undefined. Especially on that side. It's a little better defined on the other side. Like you can see a little bit of an indentation. You know, these days with all the kind of anti-shrink wrapped dinosaur thing going on, I'm not really surprised that they decided to give it less of a skeletal look, but, you know, for those who prefer the shrink-wrapped look or consider it to be more scientifically sound, that probably will be a bit of a downside to you. So, overall, he has his cons, but he has his pros as well. He's very scientifically sound, and most of the cons are really small things and or things that we've just kind of come to expect from Safari Limited and Carnegie at this rate. So overall, I'd say for the approximately $20 price tag, this is a must-get. He is a great representation of Carnotaurus, the large South American abelosaurid that we all know and love. BionicleSaurus, signing out.